Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel, and today it's going to be something different. You're going to be following me a day in the life of my job. As you can probably tell, I'm an electrician and we're going to be doing a fuse board change here after an EICR. There's a few other remedial works that's needing to be done. I'll give you a wee walk through of them now. I'm not sure how well you can see in there, but there is absolutely zero bonding to gas and water. So that's one of the remedial works we're going to be carrying out. So look a bit closer. Tails have already been disconnected, so the board is completely dead to work on. This is an old doorbell, and this spur is going to be getting removed. So we're going to have this full area to work with to place in a new board. The client has decided to go with a dual RCD board. So forward bonding, we're going to be coming out of here, running a mini trunking along to the bottom of the stair. I'm going to be drilling a hole through here, and I'll take you through it. And for boilers in here, can't obviously see too well at the minute, but the boiler's in here, so we're going to do our bonding through there. One of the other remedials was this socket was basically hanging off, but that's been tightened up and that's sorted. Next up, we're going to need to replace the pull cord in the shower. Again, I don't know how well you can see that, but it's cracked halfway through it, so that's obviously no good. After that, it's just going to be a pat test throughout because it's a rented property, and then I'll sort of do a retest on the stuff that I've installed just to ensure that everything's working correctly. So I'll crack straight on with this consumer unit install. I won't bore you with making you watch the full thing. I'll jump in and out sort of as and when required, but I'll give you a wee closer look at it just now. So as you can see, it's an old rewirable fuse. I believe this circuit is for a heater. There's two 1 mils and a 1.5 in here, so I'm going to try and identify exactly what's what. There is the shower here, and then there's a ring here, and then there's a radial, so I'm going to separate them in the dual RCD board. I think I previously mentioned this doorbell is going to be going. This spur is obsolete, so that's going to be getting removed. I'm going to have this full half of this wee cupboard to place my DB in. It should fit nice and snug, and I'll try and keep it as neat as possible. So as you can see, I'm just going to work my way through this sort of bit by bit. I've removed the tails, removed the earth. That's another thing that's going to need to be upgraded. That was only a 6 mil earth that was in that, so upgrading that to a 16. I'm just going to work my way through and sort of remove things bit by bit. Right, so I'm making decent progress here. I've got the bell off, which went into this breaker here, so that's me managed to remove one of these cables that were bunched up. I've also removed this spur that was here, which I initially thought was for an immerser or something like that, but that's obviously been done away with, so that frees up another space in the board. I'm just going to continue now to remove each circuit, identify them, mark them up, and then I can remove this old wooden unit and measure up my new board and get it in there. So there you can see that's everything stripped out. This is upstairs lights. I've got downstairs lighting circuit here, my ring final circuit, radial circuit, shower circuit. This cable in here is obsolete. I'm going to just tidy it up, make that a wee bit safer and neater looking. But yeah, not too bad. And it's quite a wee board, so not too much work in this one. This is the board I'm going to be fitting. It's an 8-way dual RCD contactum board. It's not been supplied by me, it's been supplied by the customer. Obviously it's metal clad. I've fit one of these before I think, so it should go in pretty straightforward. Just a wee update, that's the board in now. Pretty much all terminated up. So again, I've got my 2 lighting circuits. It's a 2.5 radial circuit here, 2 spare ways on that side of the RCD. On this side I've got a 32 amp breaker with my ring final circuit, and in here I've got a 40 amp breaker with my 6mm for my shower. It's a pretty small house I'm in. It's only a small 2-bedroom, so it doesn't actually need that much. For fixing it in, been able to get into some solid wood here so it's nice and fixed, and I've used a mixture of some stuffing glands and some grommets. What I'm going to do now is just go around it all with a torque screwdriver and make sure all the connections are solid. What I also need to do is fit these wee buzz bars in to supply each side of the RCD. That takes 2 minutes, and it's just these screws at the bottom, and again they'll be torqued up to. So I've ran in my bonding, no cuts in it, kept it continuous. I'm just going to run it along here. Don't know whether you can see in the corner there, I've drilled a hole at the bottom of the stairs that just comes out next to the DB. I'm going to clip this all in. I'll probably put it in a bit of mini trunking. I'll show you what it comes out. Comes out under the stair there. Again, I'm going to put a bit of mini trunking, probably the full length of this skirting, and I'll just see if I can come in and up and then take it into the board. That's the board there, it's powered up, nothing's tripping. I've just gave it a sort of a quick test just to make sure everything's operational, and it is. Not too many circuits in it, so it's reasonably neat, reasonably easy to do. Made sure all my terminals are torqued up correctly. I think it looks not too bad. Really not a massive fan of these contacting boards. You can tell they're quite cheap, but I suppose you get what you pay for. But like I said, I was supplied with that. I would much prefer to fit an MK or a Heiger board. So this is the next thing on the remedial work list. Obviously a crack in that patras, so that needs swapped out. Okay, that's the length we've got to play with there, not sleeved. That was a nice easy change. Just swap that over just like for like. Again, this is all estate agent work, so obviously they're wanting costs at a bare minimum, which is why they've not wanted a new double socket put on that. I'll take you through to the next. This is the next double socket, and the issue with this one is that there was something jammed in here. That looks like a plastic earth terminal. It's been jammed in there. That's done it, it's a nice easy fix. Right, next up that we changed over is this shower switch pull cord. Obviously it's got a big crack in it, so I'll crack on with that, excuse the pun, and show you when it's done. As I've got the shower pull cord off, look at the amount of insulations that are left showing. They make matters worse. No grommets. I'll obviously put some grommets in there. I'll make sure there's a bit less copper shown, and I'll make sure the connections are tightened up. Just keeps getting better and better. That's your mains earth, not even connected in. That's the shower switch installed. Quite simple job to be fair. Right, that's the board all terminated. Got my bonding in now. Dressed it as best I could, but it's such a small area, quite difficult to work with. But again, I don't think it's too bad. Just through into the boiler room. So I think I went over this earlier on, but that's all linked in. I've run a mini trunking along there. There's a wee bit of a bevel in it, but there's a piece of wood down there that's holding on the two skirtings. I've no choice but to go over that. What else? There's a socket, and this socket was loose, so I've tightened that up as part of the remedial works. Obviously I've still got to put the fuse cover back on, fuse board cover back on, and label it up. I have fit a new shower switch. Removed the earth pin from that double socket and replaced the patches for that double socket down there. Other than that, I've just got some pat testing to do, and that'll be me pretty much done here. I'm just going to go round and do a ZE test, or ZS test, sorry. .47, spot on. So that's for the downstairs kitchen ring final circuit. I'll just go and check upstairs just to make sure. Let's see. This socket here's the furthest away point from the board. 0.99. Right, that's me carried out all the remedial work here. I'm going to give it a wee clean up, and then I'm going to get myself out of here. Thanks everyone for watching, and I would really appreciate it if you like and subscribe to the channel for any more content. Thank you, bye bye.